Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we are going to talk about we're all traumatized. All right, so those are the word. That's the words in Anna Akana's recent video. I'm a huge fan of Anna Akana. I think she's a really smart lady. She does some great content, and she just talked about trauma and how we're all, and the point of her videos, we're all traumatized now, right? And specifically, so link below if you want to watch that. You don't need to. I'll summarize it right now, but go over and help Anna. Like, she's got a great channel, really fantastic. She's building a Hollywood acting career. I wish her all the best. I think she's really good. I think she's a great YouTube creator, just like me. And so it's worth watching. All right, here we go. So here's what she said. So first of all, Anna Akana she said this flat out. I'm amazed she said this. She's like, my channel is just me parroting everything my therapist tells me. She literally said that at one point, which is like, okay. So, and she's Hollywood, and they just have super close relationships with their therapist. Once you make it in Hollywood, you just get a therapist you see either day. Like, some of these Hollywood therapists literally travel and live in the pool house every day. So the relationship between a Hollywood actor or actress and their therapist is incredibly close, right? It's definitely a thing, right? So she was saying that she was talking to her therapist, and her therapist has been talking to a lot of essential workers, specifically healthcare workers, right? And they are dealing with people who are traumatized, quite literally, right? And then her therapist explained to her that what happens is these healthcare workers are then vicariously traumatized, right? They carry some of this trauma on themselves, right? They deal with it all day and it doesn't shake off, right? So it's this vicarious trauma, and the literally the title is "We're all traumatized," and that's what Anna Akana is saying. I agree, but for a different reason, right? We're all traumatized now because of Vladimir Putin, right? So Vlad's like, hey, February 23rd, 2022, time to get my war on. And that's what he did. He rolled right into Ukraine, and he's like, swoop, here's my real face, humanity's greatest villain. Let's roll, right? It's how he did it, right? So he steps out as humanity's greatest enemy, right? And at that point, all the nations of the world dude, you can't just roll up on a sovereign nation and try to take the land. This ain't the 8th century, right? This is the 21st century. And you've been pretending to be, you've been saying that your nation is a member of a global civilized community. Are you? Right? And Vlad's like, nope, we're not. We are attacking civilian targets, and we doing straight up war in the middle of the 21st century, right? And everybody's like, what? It don't happen like this, because we're used to skirmish, right? We're used to these low burn, a couple missiles here and there, some tanks, it's whatever, right? But this is different, right? And so then Vladimir Putin said, listen, I know y'all's all upset about me rolling up on Ukraine and trying to take the land like this is the 8th century, right? But I don't care if you're upset. If you take the wrong actions, I got NWs, and I will arc them over the sea, right? And what he was saying is, listen, this ain't a Ukraine issue. This ain't a NATO issue. I will send the NWs, right? And you don't even need to take military actions for me to do that. I promise you, I will send the NWs. I will arc them over the seas, and your cities will turn to ash, right? You know what that did? It traumatized the entire world. The entire world. Everyone who has access to a screen, right, or is within, I would say, probably 10 miles of a screen, and that's the whole world now. There's no corners of the world that are undiscovered at this point, right? Everybody knew day 2. He said at day 1, by day 2, that news had traveled all over the world, and everybody in the world was like, is my village, is my city, gonna turn to ash and just blow away, right? That is a very legitimately traumatizing event, and it just happened. And get this, it happened literally, right, the day after Biden had told the whole world by whipping off his mask and shaking it, by every American leader whipping off their masks and shaking hands at the State of the Union, saying, hey, plague world is done. And Putin's like, but Putin world is here. like just the level of villainy is so thick, right? It's just so thick, right? And one of the things is, like, Vladimir Putin doesn't even have any out allies, right? No one is like, yeah, we're here for you, dude. Like, no one, because he is villaining so hard, right? And like, who can stand next to somebody who's like threatening the entire world, saying, trust and believe, I'll turn your city to ash, right? It's just, it ain't no thing for me. It ain't nothing, no thing but a chicken wing. Let's do this, right? He was ready, right? And because he is humanity's greatest enemy, and he is underlining it. He is writing it in thick Sharpie. He's like, I don't play, right? Like, and everybody's hearing him, right? And so we now live in a world, right, where the top zig world, right? Thefts of Putin, right? Zelensky's important gifts, right? We now live in a world where trauma doesn't matter. You're like, hey, I'm traumatized. Everybody's like, who cares? Everybody's traumatized. Trauma isn't special anymore, right? Get in line, and the line it goes literally around the earth, because everybody's traumatized now. Your trauma ain't special. That's not right, man. Like, we should be able to validate trauma. We should be able to recognize trauma. And this is just the newest thing on the theft of Putin list. And I'm setting it here because I want there to be a record. There needs to be a record, because the revisionism is coming, right? And we need a list of everything Vladimir Putin, humanity's greatest enemy, did. Living, I should say. Humanity's greatest living enemy. He has not lived up. He ain't taken the crown yet for humanity's greatest villain. There's still one dude in front of him, right? So, yeah, it's, but that dude's dead, right? Like, so he has to settle right now for humanity's greatest living villain, right? And, but I assume he ain't done. I assume he's like going for the crown, trying to take it. It's going to be hard. That last guy really stacked up a lot of villainy, right? Like, yeah. Oh my gosh. We're all traumatized. Anaconda is right. All right. Check out our video and let me know what you think. Like, how do we get back? How do we say, hey, you're traumatized? That's important, rather than, hey, you're traumatized. Who gives a rat's? Everybody's traumatized, right? Like, get in line. It's not special, right? It's like, how do we return to the old world? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a very wonderful millennium, because Putin, despite his efforts, in my opinion, can't take it from you. Oh, and I should put a button on that. I keep saying that because if the worst happens, I will be here on the other side. I had forgotten. Somebody in the comments just reminded me of this. You guys might not be in a good place if the NW's arc, right? That's a rough spot. Like, get thine self to the Bible. Like, it's important. And if you have questions on how to get saved, definitely go over to Twitter, follow me, and send me a DM. I will definitely be more than welcome to help. Well, that's my opinion. Love to hear your thoughts. Please consider liking and subscribing.